This is the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards on this episode of the MQP, as we like to call it, Against Myself and Elizabeth Amuedo, Spanish symphonic progressive metal band, which was founded in 2009. They've got 4 albums out: Sky Ashes, Odyssey to Reflection, Unity, and the latest one, which was released back in 2023, Tides of Insanity. 2 singles also, The Hidden Truth and The Phantom of the Opera. Their music is always constantly evolving, moving from the most elegant, emotional, and dramatic passages to the most aggressive and darkest ones. Elizabeth has been the lead singer since 2019. She joins me now from just outside of Madrid in Spain this early morning here in the U.S. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning for you too. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you for doing this here on the Metal Queens podcast, Elizabeth. So you have been with the band since 2019. How did you
Yeah.
get involved with these guys back then? So the band's been
Well,
around since 2009.
yeah, I used to hear them. I liked them. And then someday I found out I knew that they part away with the singer and they search for a new person. And I was like, oh no, I'm not in the mood. And a good friend of mine told me, try it. They are going to pick you. Try it. They are going to choose you, I'm sure. And I was like, but I am very far away from them. It was like 8 hours by car.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, I don't see it. I can't see it. I don't think this is possible. But I tried. I made an audition and they liked me. I went in person. We did a rehearsal in person all together and it worked. So I was like, okay, I can make the effort to come here to do music and rehearsals and make this work. And they were like, yeah, we can make this work even through distance. It doesn't matter. A lot of people live very, very far away, one from each other. So why not? And so I became the official new singer. And after that, a month or 2 months later, I moved to the capital, to Madrid, to be closer to them. And now I'm still here. So now I live side by side by the capital, but not anymore in the city, but I'm still here and I'm still in the band.
Mm.
So I think it worked.
Did you know after playing a couple of songs in rehearsal with them that you did have some chemistry with them?
Yeah, absolutely. I I also told them with my brutal honesty, and I was honest. I said I've always liked your music. I didn't feel the previous voice.
Mm.
When I had that chance with them, it was like, yes, now it's the time, the moment we can make it work, and I think we can make something huge
Mm.
musically talking.
So you didn't like the voice. You were familiar with their music. You had listened to their music. How has the band now with you think, evolved from, launching back in 2009 to today?
Yeah, the previous singer, Irene, she was a very, very sweet voice, soft voice. She was nice. I
Mm.
mean, I didn't like the combination of that voice with such a heavy music, but she was nice. But now I think that we can make that sound too, more like pop, more like commercial metal, but we can include lyrical or operatic voices. We can make grounds. We can make, well, my bad. I don't know how to say it in English, but when you crush your voice to make it ah.
Mm.
And we can make more types of voices and techniques, vocally speaking. And with that, we can make more genders. into the metal. And also my colleagues, my friends, they are so talented that they can make everything they want. They can make jazz, they can make metalcore, symphonic. They love progressive metal, they love Haken, they love Dream Theater. So I think the combination of more techniques of voice make more playful the way we are making new music.
And we're going to talk about new music that you're working on in just a few minutes here. Let's talk about your background, Elizabeth. Have you always been a singer? Has music been in your family?
Yeah, my grandparent, my grandpa, used to play the trumpet. Yeah, I think it is trumpet.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he was young, and and he always told me, "You should try music. I really love music. I really like that you tried music." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I went to the music school and I tried to learn violin. It was like a disaster, like a dead kitty. It was horrible. And then I found out my thing was to sing. And I was in a karaoke and I was singing Titanic, My Heart Will Go On. And I was
Mm.
like, why is people crying? Why are these people crying? and and I also cried. So it was like, maybe this is my passion. And I started singing more and more and learning by myself, self-taught, and singing lessons. I used to watch a lot, a lot of YouTube videos, watching my favorite singers, how they move their mouth and how they open their mouth, how they make the body saying and the position. And I was like, okay, she's doing that and that. And I was practicing and practicing and practicing. And I think, yeah, it's been a long way through singing. And now I'm trying to play violin again, but it still is like a dead kitty.
You've gone
Since
back?
I try. I'm trying my best.
You said you were watching a lot of these singers on YouTube. Who were some
Yeah.
of your influences? And metal too. Have you always been into metal?
Yeah, I've always been into metal. Of course, when I was a kid, I was into pop because we didn't have internet then back then. So I heard the radio and I was like, okay, this girl sings good. And through radio, I discovered Evanescence and Within Temptation. And I was like, okay, we are
Mm.
talking now. So, yeah, the singers were, of course, Emily by Evanescence, Sharon Den Adel by Within Temptation. I also loved Tarja and Simon Simons by Epica.
Yeah.
And now there's a military plane flying right now. I don't know if you can hear it. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
It's not war, but it is something they usually do. They fly here. I don't know why.
Amy Lee comes up a lot here on the Metal Queens podcast as an influence,
Yeah,
and no surprise, of course, the great Amy Lee. So,
it's great.
what's the metal scene like in Spain and in Madrid?
It is quite tough right now. I It was supposed that after COVID we had more chances. People like music and support music and live music and concerts and so. But it is not going like that. I don't know why people always, yeah, public do support music, but here in Spain, people support Spanish music, and by Spanish I mean Spanish lyrics music. So, for example, people like me who sing in English, it is very tough for us to get a chance. For example, as I was thinking before, the Spanish festivals always call Spanish lyrics band. And for a band who sings in English or other language, it is very, very difficult for us to get a date. I know it is because most of Spanish people don't understand English, so they prefer Spanish metal or music in general. Okay, I understand it, but we also need a chance too. So there is like 3 or 4 bands in English that is like, when do you play? And I don't know when, because people don't call us to go and play.
Let's talk about new music, Elizabeth. I know you're
Yeah.
working on it now.
Yes.
Are you the main songwriter now, or is it a collaboration with?
Yeah. Last album, Ties of Insanity, I wrote it. I think the 90% of it, and now it is the same. But as I always said, I have the idea, I write it down, but I'm not closed to be the only one who writes. So I always said to my friends, my family, my music family, please, you can support me with ideas, with lyrics. I am open to read it, work with them, and unite them. And every idea is welcome. So, yeah, I write them, but I hope I'm not the only one this time.
I know you don't have any dates yet, but so there will be a single coming soon. I'm sure a video as well, maybe by the
Yes.
summer, and then a full
Or
album. Right,
I would say right after summer.
right
I
after
would say,
summer.
yeah, because festival time, festival season is summer. People don't watch new music or don't listen to new music through summer because they are focused on going to festivals and parties. And I totally understand it. So, yeah, I think fall is a good time to give people a surprise.
A surprise from Against
Yeah.
Myself coming in the fall with some new music, and then
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find out about touring plans for next year in
I hope so.
2026 for the band in
I
support
hope
of
so.
the new music to come from Against Myself. I know you weren't there at the beginning. What's the story behind the name of the band?
The name of the band, it came because they were so young. They were, yeah, like 15 and 16 years old. And they were teenagers. And okay, let's do a band. Okay, we do a band. Okay, let's do music. Okay, we do music. Wow, this is tough. Well, maybe I'm not able to do music. Well, maybe I'm not so good as I thought. And it came because of this kind of fear. And we have the imposter syndrome. Is it called that way in
Yes,
English?
yes.
So they were kind of afraid of not being good enough to make music, and they were kind of against themselves. So, okay, I want to do that, but I'm not able to. And oh my God, what I'm doing against myself. I'm against myself. So, against myself.
And there it is.
It is curious, but
And the rest is history, as they like to say. And here they
yeah,
are, all these years
yeah,
later, with you as the lead singer.
yes.
Elizabeth, what do you hope is the message of your music? What do you want fans to take away from it?
Well, for me personally, I always write about feelings. Most of the time, I write about feelings because music for me is a getaway from the reality. And I think what I want to tell people is that it is fine. It is okay not to be okay. So if you're not feeling good, it's okay. We have our moments, we have a bad day, a bad night. It is okay. You can get up the next day and going through the day with patience and strength because the world doesn't stop for you. And you can allow yourself to stop and escape from reality a little bit. In my case, with music, and You should always. So, Ties of Insanity is a good example of it because it is very dramatic story about sailors going through a lot of problems, and they keep going, they keep going, they keep going. And okay, a monster. Okay, sirens. Okay, oh shit. So always continue your way and never surrender. And it is okay not being okay through the process.
All right, we're gonna wrap up here. I always like to do this here on the Metal Queens podcast, Elizabeth, with 5 questions for
Mhm.
Elizabeth Amuedo. First album you bought ever?
Oh, okay, that's that was Scream by Tokyo Hotel.
All right.
Yeah, I was very young.
First concert you went to?
It was the Scream tour by Tokyo Hotel.
Your favorite comfort food?
Wow. I have a problem with this one. I love food. I absolutely love food. I eat a lot. Uh, I can choose. I would say for going outside to having a dinner outside, for example, I would say a burger or pizza or sushi. But for example, if I do my food at home, I would say pasta. I love pasta too.
Pasta. Wow, I can, yeah, being Italian, yes, absolutely. If I think I know the answer to this because you told me this before we started recording here. If you weren't in music, what would you be doing? I know you have a day job, which is interesting.
Yes, I am a mortician.
Mm.
I am a little bit weird or creepy or spooky. I love helping people, and I hadn't the chance to go to the university because it wasn't so easy for me to go to the university. It is kind of expensive. So I made a course about morticians and postmortem work, and I help non-living people. So yeah, I prepare the people after their death, sorry, so they can have a nice goodbye with their family and friends. So I love everything related to death and helping people. Not death like I like death people. No, it's like I like helping people who can't be helped anymore.
And the last one, your favorite female vocalist. Is it Amy Lee?
Whoa, that's tough too.
Mm.
10 years ago, yes, absolutely. Nowadays, there is a lot of people I adore. So she's one of my favorite ones. I I can say she's one of my favorite ones. Yeah, I would say she's the emotional one for me.
Mm.
Not talking about technique, but emotions. She's my favorite one.
She is Elizabeth Amuedo. The band is Against Myself. They are from Spain. They have new music coming later this year, so look out for that. Against-myself.com is the website, and also Against Myself on Instagram as well on the social platforms. Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining me here on the Metal Queens podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks
I hope
again.
you have a nice day
You
and thank
too.
you for all your work. I hope
Yes.
to see you soon.
All right. Rock on. And I'm
Welcome.
Steve Richards. Thank you for watching.